Hi, I'm Jessica Burge, and I will be talking about my analytical report. My topic was how technology affects the role of the HIM professional and the history and effect and the changing roles of the health information professional. This significance to my field has to do with just how the career is changing, how new responsibilities might be created, and how you have to be flexible because healthcare is always changing. I did some history, and dating back to 1920, that's when they discovered how important the health records and keeping health data is very important to the quality of patient care. Some new and interesting information that I learned while I was doing my research was the increased job responsibilities in the department. And I also realized how important the department is to a healthcare facility. The healthcare facilities really depend on their accuracy for the appropriate reimbursement, and it's also time sensitive. And I will apply and utilize that information in my field by just trying to be flexible on learning new things, including the laws and regulations and compliances that may change as I'm in my career field. I work in healthcare right now for Freighter, just an entry-level position, and they're constantly changing different workflows and how you do things with patients. And I think being flexible is one of the most important parts. The most difficult parts of the analytical report that I found was the research process, and it was probably the most important. And I knew this was going to be the base of my report, so I tried to start off strong with good resources, but I felt like in the beginning my topic was just too specific. So I had to go back and change my research question so I could find more resources. The writing part was difficult and time consuming, but I think the biggest thing I had to focus on was not going off everything that's just in my head and maybe using the resources better and citing all my information. So I had to go back and make sure that I was using a lot of the information in the sources. The editing was simple, but it did take up a lot of added extra time that was unexpected. I found errors several times that I didn't see before during the editing process. And having a peer review my paper, Allie provided me with some great feedback to help me along with the process, so that was helpful. With my proofreading, I decided to print out my report so I could make sure that I could visualize any errors. I did find some formatting and grammatical errors, so I'm glad that I printed it off. Where I found all my information for my resources was mainly WCPC's EBSCO database. I found journals. And as I continued on with my paper, there were some questions as I came up with my topics, and I would just go on the internet and research and try to find some reliable sources such as AHIMA and some other ones that I could tell were reputable. And I would use those sources to add in information that I found as I did my paper. What I liked about this report is learning about the changing career roles that are in my career field, things that you're going to be responsible for, and things that are coming up with the change of technology. And something that I didn't like was just how time-consuming the report was. One thing I would do differently, like I said before, is I would wait to come up with my research question until after I had came up with some ideas and maybe came up with some resources after researching and then came up with my question. Otherwise, I feel like it went smooth, and I hope you enjoyed my analytical report. Thank you.